Everyone, I have a confession to make. I just remembered that in New Super Mario Bros., when I'm big, I can ground pound. And when I ground pound, I can break blocks. So yeah, remember these blocks? I was thinking I needed to bring a BOBOMB back from the other room, all the way up, and I actually did try that. I went back into the level and tried that, and I didn't get very far before it exploded. So I realized that couldn't possibly be the solution. Also, this entire level has been so good, so it didn't make sense that it'd be so hard to solve it. And then I remembered that was a thing. I can't believe I forgot one of the most basic mechanics of the new Super Mario Bros. Anyhow, we're in the next area now. I'm gonna deliberately go the wrong route this time, just to check something out, so to speak. Yeah, there's a key here that I noticed I think is only available right now. Can I still get in there? I can, if I'm careful. Wow, I can actually get in. I see. I'll explain later if I end up dying, but there's a knowledge checkpoint that leads to certain points, but I imagine it doesn't. Oh. Well, that didn't take long. Oh yeah, when we respawn, the Thwomp's not here, and unfortunately at this point I'll admit I've looked at the viewer, so I already know that there'll be a knowledge checkpoint later that tells you that there's a key here. I also know which pickup paths are there, so unfortunately I won't get the full reactions. But so far, I think the rest of the level is actually... Come on, really? Now how do I keep heights without controlling myself? Like, it's here, and then I move right. And then I need to move left. Like, you basically have to know the right. Oh my gosh, so close. And then there's a hidden star on the very left. Is this jump actually possible? If it is, it's really hard, so I'm just gonna go for the star. Alright, there. Yeah, there's this cheeky little star here. It's cute though, it fits the description of a true garbage level with their certified dev power-ups. I ran out of pipes. And this is where the level goes into the meta. I don't know how long someone might search that area, but the real way is just to go here. I also ran out of ideas. It's actually pretty funny how they use the pipe like that. Hi, chat. There's no chat here, but Carl probably has a dedicated chat ready to watch him play this level. And basically, you actually have to trust this door. The other three paths lead to death. Has he learned? Now I'm curious about this final area, how it works. I'm just gonna make this simple. If you choose incorrectly, there's a muncher block hidden like somewhere, I think above the mushrooms maybe? I think that basically blocks you from coming back. I'm pretty sure the correct way is to go this way. To not be an idiot and hold until you get to the door. Oh, there's the Devant again. That was one of my favorite trolls in this entire level. Devant. I think that's like one thing that's really elevated this level so high. It's the reason... Oh my gosh. It's the reason I've kept... Ever since doing this level, but thinking it was too hard because I forgot how to ground pound, I kept thinking in my mind... I kept going back to this level in my mind and thinking, there has to be an easier way to do it. Like, the level's been so good so far, it wouldn't make sense to have such a complicated solution. And I was right. I just forgot ground pounding was a mechanic. How do you not... Okay, how do I not do that? Perfect. Because in here, we get a P-switch that should lead us to the very end. Okay, I need to remember to hold. I think the wall breaks open after a certain amount of time, too. Yep. Oh, that's why this is here. Wait, no, I missed it. Oh, what is this? I thought this was going to be easier. I'm just gonna open this now. That way I can easily get in. Also, the fact that it has to be done during this P-switch is kind of ridiculous. It's only a 1-tile gap. I have to check the level viewer, I feel like. This is bizarre. So this is basically the ending right here. There are 2 BOBOMBs I think that get broken and that breaks open the path. What I didn't know is that this also breaks the floor, so that there's no easy way to actually get through to the ending. That's, and also with the piece, because it doesn't break open until after a certain amount of time on the P-switch, that seems ridiculously hard to be able to make it. It doesn't make any sense, actually. I must be missing something really important. Because I don't see another way to do this, because you have to wait for the bomb to break, and I'm pretty sure you collect the coin the minute you exit the door, so there's no way for you to go back in the door and reactivate the P-switch. What am I missing here? Yeah, there's something I'm missing about this. Other than either that or the creator was awfully cruel at the ending, which doesn't make sense to me. No, you hit to get the coin no matter what, so you have a limited amount of time. What is this? Why is this the ending? And if you don't make it through in time, you can't get to the end? And you have almost no time? That cannot be right. This feels like it takes extra skill. Oh my word. Oh, come on, really? Oh my gosh. Like a 1-tile gap seems a little too ridiculous. Also under a P-switch timer. What? I didn't make it from that? Okay. Like if I could get in there right now. Like it's impossible to make that jump easily. Am I not supposed to activate the P-switch until after? Does this open without the P-switch? No, it only opens if I activate the P-switch. How does that work? Oh, that's obnoxious. So you have to activate this P-switch. It doesn't make sense why you'd make something this cruel for the ending. Oh, I can't make that jump up. And even if I did, I don't know if I can make it through in time before the P-switch runs out. Maybe I can just stay here. Get a perfect jump. Oh, come on. I'm gonna give this a few more tries, but if I can't beat it, I'm gonna have to seriously reconsider whether I recommend this because of its ending. Because this is absurd. Oh, of course I make it then. Oh. I can't even stay on that block. That's how painful this is. Ah, okay. Let me check the capture let me check this one more time. Like, what options do I have other than that this small amount of wall breaks, and for some reason you put the bomb so near the ground that you opened up a hole underneath? And made it so that there's no other P-switches that trigger, so that I can't even appreciate the thanks you're giving at the end of the level. Because I don't know how I'd run through this and get to the goal in time. If I'm even you put a block in front of the goal, so if I'm even a second late, I can't get it. That is not good level design at all. I recognize this is Garbo, but the structure you had was that your Garbo was really good with nothing overly precise. So this ending is the exact opposite of the rest of your level, which doesn't make any sense. There were so many ways this could have been better, like I don't get the coin immediately so I can reset the P-switch after the wall breaks, so it's easier. Or there could be any amount of ground, a semi-solid, a bridge. I guess you can't put hard blocks over it, or even just raise the tiles up where the wall breaks so that I can come in at a higher point. And if I came in at a higher point, I wouldn't have to worry about dying to this random, precise gap that's where the blocks are aligned so I can't really jump from the left to the right. I'm going to have to do a hard think on whether I let this through. the rest of the level is still good, so if Carl skipped it, it would probably be at this point. So I might still let this through reluctantly, but I can't guarantee it because this ending seems impossible, at least for an unskilled player like me. And even for a skilled player, it seems really precise. And it definitely doesn't feel like Mario Maker 1 garbage, this ending. That's pretty much all I have to say. I will admit I was blind in the earlier parts, and I apologize I almost disqualified you for that. But this ending, my friend, is something else. Alright, I will fully confess to this level that I was horribly blind. Somehow this blue switch block made me think you had to change the switch to get in here, and therefore I didn't even consider using either this blue platform or this obvious donut to get into the pipe. So I literally could have continued the level from here and not just quit on the spot. That said, the level still looks ridiculous if you look ahead. I'm pretty sure I've mapped out the solution to this, and I'll try doing it myself, but if I can't, then Team 0% has a guide on what I think is the way to go. Because I don't think this will be recommended to Carl under any circumstance given what I'm seeing. So you go through here. Note that there's a gap here since these are hidden vine blocks, so you can walk off the edge, get into the A door, which takes you here. I'm pretty sure you then have to go into the C door, and then you have to make sure to jump above all of these, through all these to go into the F pipe, which gives you the first checkpoints, which then, once you get through this obstacle course, you can hit a switch that changes the switch states, and I think destroys this bomb. Goes into the G pipe, which takes you to a very important area. I think you can slide here, but the important thing is once you get through all this waiting area, there's a spring that you need. Once you get the spring, you go back through here, you use the spring to get another spring, I think you jump and fire this spring up, use the other spring to get up, break this wall with a BOBOMB, and use the spring you still have to go back through G. And then you have to get back through this not easy to get through area. I can see myself dying on these two spikes a million times. And then go back this way, since there are no power-ups. You can go back into I have to go back to the F pipe, go into this gap to go through the B door, which thankfully is an easy ride back to the A pipe. And then here, somehow, I think you need to use a spring. You need to somehow, the switch state is now changed. I think you somehow have to use the spring here, and then wall jump twirl, then wall jump up here, grab the P switch, go back down, maybe drop the P switch, get over here or something to make sure neither of them despawn. Bring the spring down, activate the P switch to deactivate this cannon, which is now spawned due to the switch state change. Now that the switch block is in the blue, the cannon will be spawned, so you need the P switch to open this, which also allows you to go up here. And I'm pretty sure the entire reason this is here is so you can get high enough to trigger, because this is a P switch block with a muncher in it. So once you've activated the P switch, the muncher will fall into the open spot, since now the switches are changed. And that means hopefully if the muncher is in this position, you'll have an infinite P switch in this room that allow you to use the spring to somehow make a jump up these blocks into the only pipe that leads to the end, the J pipe. And once you're in the J pipe, I think there was a hint that said auto right plus Y at CP2. So I'm hoping that's true and that allows me to get to the second checkpoint. And once I get to the second checkpoint, I have a clear path to the end. Because as far as I'm concerned, that's the only way to the end. So it is ridiculously ridiculous, this IKEA step process to get to the end, that I don't understand how people come up with. Like, not best levels are just so out of control that I don't even know how to clear them. If I'm lucky, I might be able to clear this one, but it's going to require some insane planning with, like, throwing a spring into the air while wall jumping and grabbing that I don't think I'm capable of due to my limited skill. So if I'm not able to clear this, Team 0%, if you ever see this video, I hope one of you is able to clear it, because this level is ridiculous. I wanted to go back and reevaluate some levels from Part 2 and Part 4 of my Garbo run that I wasn't able to do myself due to a lack of skill. I was actually able to get other people to play them and learn more about the levels through their runs, but I'm not sure if they'd be comfortable allowing me to use their footage for something like this, so they will probably remain anonymous, as will their run-throughs. So, the first level where I said I wanted to give it to someone else to discover stuff was the BOBOMB puzzle level. As it turns out, this is not a Sean Hip insane puzzle level at all. The only complicated part was this beginning. Basically, your objective is to go into this pipe, but I could never figure out how to actually get in, and it seems like maybe I needed to use the mole to get in, which doesn't seem possible at all, or I needed the mole to bounce up so it could knock it down. Turns out it's way simpler. There's a coin hidden behind the saw, and I didn't even know this until now, but when a BOBOMB blows up, it can actually cause the coin to be knocked down as if the coin were hit by a POW. And that hits the coin from here hits the note block, and that releases the POW. I didn't even know that was possible, but 2, I'm not very happy about the fact that you can't see the coin. Because that basically means you're going in blind, which isn't really that good for a puzzle, and therefore I don't know about this level as a result of that. Surprisingly, the rest of it is actually just pure Garbo. Like, if you go to the A pipe when you're going to the E pipe takes you to a checkpoint, and then the F pipe takes you to an area where you need to wait a bit, I think knock this BOBOMB to blow up here, and dodge Hammer Bros and a fish, then wait for a P-switch to land, go into A, when you have to spin on top of blocks that get activated by the P-switch, and they'll break as you spin on them, but there's one that won't break, and that's a troll. Then you go through here, get the key, go into the B door, which takes you to the second checkpoint, I believe, which takes you to the pipe, which leads to a bunch of pick-a-paths. The red coins are fake, by the way, because you can't get them all without dying to this muncher. The only correct way is A, where you have to use a BOBOMB to do a bomb excavation pick-a-path, in which the correct pipe, I believe, is C, in which you have to dodge a mole immediately coming out, and then go down here, enter the D pipe, which leads to the end, but you have to move left to dodge 2 munchers, and then jump from afar so you don't hit hammer bro blocks. And basically that's the level. It's not bad, but this beginning kind of brings it down a lot, so I don't know. Unfortunately, the big jump was kind of a disaster of a level. I took a look at the viewer before I gave it to someone else and saw that it wasn't that long, or at least appeared to not be that long, and I tried to make the jump from here to here. It didn't exactly work out, and I didn't really have the skill to consistently test it, so I was really curious and wanted to see if it was possible. Unfortunately, the streamer I gave it to also could not make that jump and deemed it impossible, and then upon checking the viewer, realized that the real way was to go through the A pipe, get up here, go down the B pipe, go through the B door, go down the C pipe, and that takes you to 5 hammer bros that you somehow have to avoid dying to. I guess you land on this block, so that gives you a bit of a border. And then get this Tanuki suit, or leaf suit, whatever it's called, kill all the hammer bros without getting hit, hit the switch, use P speed to hit this block, and then get to the B door, which then leads you back here, get P speed to go all the way back here and get back into the A pipe. And then, because the switch state's been changed, all these obstacles are now dropped to make it nearly impossible for you to jump perfectly to the goal. And it basically makes it impossible to get P speed. I honestly wasn't sure how to clear the level after that and thought maybe there's some crazy impossible solution, but the streamer I gave it to actually figured out the solution. Apparently this fish block, if you hit it from the right direction, the fish comes out going right, and then you have to go with the fish, let the fish make its way all the way over here, so that you can then, after damage boosting off the munchers, you run, jump on the Koopa, jump on the fish as it is coming up, and then barely make the goal, which is incredibly ridiculous to time perfectly. And thankfully the streamer was able to clear it that way, and it looks like that's the only solution too, so that is not the type of Garbo I think the contest is looking for, because in no way is that a Mario Maker 1 solution. That's like a ridiculous puzzle that is ridiculous to clear unless I'm missing something. Because to have to jump on a fish that you've activated all the way over there, jump on a Koopa, and make a blind jump hoping to land on the fish when it reaches that point, just to make it to the end, is kind of insane. Though I guess it's not the worst thing considering 5 other people cleared it beforehand. But yeah, this level was interesting. I was hoping, based on the beginning, that Intentionally Blank would be a pretty good pick-a-path, typical Garbo level with just some trickier stuff. Unfortunately, it was anything but that. After this pick-a-path at the beginning, if you go through the A pipe, you end up in this strange area where I think you need to do a twirl jump to get this skip squeak to jump and go here, then go above, which I don't even think is the right route looking at this. I've looked at the level viewer several times and still have been boggled. Oh wait, I think I know how to do this. Oh, I only just noticed now. I'll be honest, I've looked at the level viewer several times and I wasn't sure how to do this because it looks like the only way to do this is to go into this B box, which basically you then have to get a key, and maybe this boomerang, though I'm not sure if the boomerang is possible to get because the donut block. I guess the boomerang suit would then allow you to kill it and go through it again, but then the key takes you to the D box, which gives you a checkpoint and another key. Then you go into the C pipe. You have to do some sort of madness here, get through here, maybe with some sort of power-up. I guess he gave you another boomerang suit. Go through here, go into the A box, and that's basically the end. There's also a bunch of other fake paths, like I was at one point believing that the way to the end was through the D. But to get to the D, you need to go to the D pipe, and the D pipe comes from the A box. And wait a second. Wait a second. Maybe there's multiple ways through this. Oh, but you need the key to get through there too. Yeah, this level is confusing. But it looks like the only way to get over here to either of these boxes is to use the donuts. And now I'm not even sure which one's right. I'm guessing it's probably the B box, because that gives you... I guess, wait, you can only go through a box once. How does this even work? This is absurd. Do I have to hit both this key box and the boomerang suit somehow? I think just the key, actually, because then the D box takes you to here, and then you get the... Oh boy, this level is an absolute mess, is all I can say. I don't know if I'd recommend this. This doesn't feel like Mario Maker 1 Garbo. It feels like a painful puzzle to look through. So I don't know. Truth be told, I haven't given this one to a streamer, and looking at how complex this is, I actually don't know if I ever will, because this doesn't look like something I'd ever want to torture a streamer with. So, yeah. I don't know about this one. I really enjoyed 80 Secondi Speedrun by Pilo104. I actually wasn't that far off from the end. The last place I was hitting this Kaiser block, dying to the thwomp, and then never being able to get through the beginning again. But there wasn't much after that. Later on, you just have to throw a POW, jump through these note blocks. Apparently, you can glitch through them. Jump through 3 sets of note blocks, get a star, run through all these, and this is the part I'm really sad that I won't be able to show, but... At the end, it looks like you have the end, and there's a whole spike path that you can use to get to the end, except this Bowser is actually hiding a gap in between the spikes, meaning you literally just fall through and fall to your death right before the goal. One of the most hilarious things I saw when I watched the streamer play it, so I was really happy about that. So the level would pass if not for the fact that Pilo has already made another level that is really good, the Super Mario World one. And I'd actually prefer not to use 2 levels from the same creator, because I want to give as many creators their chance to get their levels played by Carl. Because, let's face it, we all want our levels to be played and recognized by our favorite streamer. I do too. But yeah, this level was really good. So good job, Pilo.